The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
A very good evening to all of you. The Love Talk Show is on air, and every single day the Love Talk Show brings you reasons for you to invest in your love life. My wife Andrea is here with me. Good evening.
Good evening everyone. Hello Peter, and my husband as always is here with me. Good evening everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here with you talking about intelligent love and finding together ways to overcome certain difficulties that you might experience in this journey called love and relationships.
Well, today's topic is infidelity. What do you think? Can trust be rebuilt when there's infidelity? When someone is not being faithful? I believe it's a very polemic topic, and people's perspective over this situation can be different. The truth is, when infidelity, Andrea, happens, this brings a very heavy sadness. Questions mark is questioning who this person is, or in whom this person became. Brings hurt, confusion, anger, makes a person sometimes self-esteem going down. And when we see these things, we ask, is it able to rebuild trust when there's infidelity?
It's a very sensitive theme and a very difficult one to overcome once it happens in a relationship. It's one of the greatest destroyers, if I can say so, of marriages and relationships, because trust might disappear totally, when this happens. So is it possible to be rebuilt? Let's see. Let's find out. Stay tuned.
Let's listening to this report talking about this subject.
Imagine being with someone for years. You share a life together, have gone through hardships and raised a beautiful child, all while dreaming of a bright future. Then, everything crumbles with shocking and devastating news from someone you thought you knew. They cheated. The once promising future is now filled with uncertainty. On today's show, we are discussing one of the most profound betrayals in a relationship: infidelity. Can trust ever truly be rebuilt after one partner cheats? Or is broken trust like a shattered vase? You can glue it back together, but the cracks will always remain. Infidelity can be the most challenging issue in a relationship. It shatters the foundation of safety and honesty. The betrayed partner is left grappling with pain, anger, and the agonizing question of whether to stay or go. For some, forgiveness is a pathway to healing. For others, it feels like an insurmountable betrayal. Consider the harsh reality of that. For some couples, infidelity becomes a reoccurring pattern. A partner cheats, promises to change, is forgiven, and then cheats again. This cycle is devastating, chipping away at the victim's self-worth and creating a painful pattern of broken promises. In these situations, what does the cheater lack? Are they viewing forgiveness not as a path to reconciliation, but as a green light to continue betraying? Such cases often reveal that the cheating was not just a mistake, but a symptom to a deeper issue that the unfaithful partner is unwilling to address. Public cases highlight how infidelity can ruin marriages. Ben Affleck's marriage to Jennifer Garner reportedly ended due to struggles with alcoholism and an affair with their nanny. Similarly, the public's perception of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's divorce in 2005 was forever altered by Pitt's subsequent relationship with Angelina Jolie, his co-star in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Arnold Schwarzenegger's 25-year marriage to Maria Shriver ended in 2011 after it was revealed he fathered a child with their housekeeper over a decade earlier. It's a painful reality that affairs are a significant factor in marital breakdowns. Research from Wise Law in 2025 indicate that infidelity remains a notable trigger for divorce, contributing to a considerable portion of matrimonial splits. However, reconciliation is not uncommon. A 2024 article from Human Life International reported that studies show between 60 to 75% of couples who experience infidelity choose to stay together. Yet, as noted by Psychology Today, only about half of couples who experience infidelity and remain together are still married after 5 years. For those who choose forgiveness, the path is fraught with risks. In some cases, forgiveness does not prevent a reoccurrence of the behavior. However, some couples have faced infidelity and emerged stronger. After their initial shock and pain, and with a shared commitment to repair the damage, they begin the difficult work of rebuilding their relationship. Unfortunately, many don't even know where to start in overcoming this challenging obstacle. So where does it leave us? Is forgiveness a sign of strength or a weakness? Is it possible to truly trust a partner again after betrayal? What's the difference between a one-time mistake driven by vulnerability and a pattern of deception, revealing a deeper character flaw? Most importantly, how can you tell if your partner has genuinely changed, or if you're setting yourself up for more heartbreak? We'll be right back with more on Love Talk.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And the big question is, can trust be rebuilt when there's infidelity? When someone is breaking that precious vow, when they say that they would be faithful for the rest of their lives, they will be there for the good moments, the sad moments, when they were going through difficulties or in prosperity. When this vow is broken, is there anything that can give you reasons for you to work on and to rebuild the relationship, or all the hurt that was caused, the anxiety, the fear that comes after infidelity, and the loss of self-esteem, and the fact of feeling unvalued? Is this enough, or is this the reason for trust not to be rebuilt? We have cases, Andrea, where people are living only for a couple of weeks, and they are already going through this situation. And we go to the other extreme of people who are married for a long period of time, and they are facing the same.
We have several questions here, and topics that we need to bring up, because it's not only unfaithfulness, it's not only, oh, he betrayed me or she betrayed me. It's not only a matter of should I forgive, Should I not forgive? Should I stay with the person or not? It's important for us to evaluate the circumstances and why did that happen, and what circumstances surrounded the situation when that happened, and with whom. For example, we do this. This happens also, for example, in the court of law. Several situations and circumstances are weighted. I believe that's the word. So if it was planned, it has a weight. If it was not planned, it has a different type of weight. That person got so involved with, for example, a friend or a co-worker, and it just increased. They came together, and there was a point where that person could just stop, or it was like a thing of the moment. But let's bring up something. We are not saying that is right. It's always wrong. It's always a matter of lack of character. So this, we are not saying it's wrong or it is right. It's always wrong, and that's not in discussion. But of course, if that person has a whole family in another country and has been supporting that family for so many years, for example, for 10 years, of course it was planned. Of course it was something that it was not on the spot, on the moment. Oh, I just got involved in that moment, the heat of the moment, and I kissed that person.
But would be a cup of alcohol a reason or a justification for a person to do it? Would be a reason enough for a person to say, I was caught in a moment of weakness, I was sad on that day, that person gave me attention, I had a financial struggle and that person tries to help me, I faced a difficult situation in life, and I had an argument with my spouse, I had an argument with my partner, I was not feeling very well, and this person gave me attention. Andrea, would this be a reason for infidelity? And once the infidelity occurs, once this is happening, can trust between a couple be rebuilt? Well, I would like to go to outside. Our report was on the streets and was asking exactly this. Let's hear what people have to say.
Straight from the people, straight to you. The word on the street.
Do you think trust can ever be fully rebuilt after someone has been unfaithful?
Oh my God, that's a difficult question. For me, I think it would never recover after someone's been unfaithful. Because, based on experience, I think trust always important and fundamental in a relationship. I think there should be honesty and transparency in a relationship. I think for the person who cheats, he owes or she owes it to the person to be transparent and honest. For me, it's just a choice, because you know that it's wrong, but you still did it. It's still a choice. But I think you give people a chance to change. But I can understand why people, once they have been cheated, they just would leave the relationship. At the end of the day, it's your own choice whether you want to stay in a relationship. If not, then if your needs are not met, then if you think that the person would stay likely to cheat, then just prioritize yourself, look after yourself. There are loads of people around here. You can meet people definitely.
No, it's gone. Yeah, after that, I'd say. If they were drunk and it was a one-time thing, then fair enough. But if it's like a spiteful thing that's been planned and it's pretty cold, I'd say no. Once it's broken, it will never go back. The same way. Yeah. Once you break up once, that's it, isn't it, really? It can never be fixed.
I feel like no, because if you are unfaithful to someone, and it depends on which situation you're in, but if you've already given that person like your trust and your faith, and then they betray that is a betrayal of like your character and a disrespect to your boundaries. So no, sometimes things happen, and people need something in a moment that exceeds like their idea of like a relationship or something else. I think they're likely to do it again. I think if you cheat on someone when they love you and they give you no reason to betray their trust, you're gonna do it again. I've like friends that have been cheated on and they are like the nicest people ever, and they were amazing girlfriends, amazing partners, and if you decide to cheat on them, then you don't deserve to be with someone like that again, because you're probably gonna do it again. I think cheating comes from insecurity, especially in men. A lot of men who are insecure of their partners will cheat on them to perhaps make themselves feel better.
Actually depends on the person and depends on the actual circumstance of the situation, and if the person can reconcile with you, or it depends on the severity of it as well, because if it's something like cheating or unfaithfulness, your partner may find it hard for you to move on, really. Trust is the biggest one, and being able to just be open and honest with your partner, not hiding any secrets, and that maybe having your phone open without no locks or anything on your phone. All these little things that will build trust in it. You can move on, you can forgive, but they say you can forgive but you can't forget in it, so it will always be in the back of your mind.
I think not fully, but it can be rebuilt and worked on, but it takes both to be really committed to that. It's quite a slow, long process of proving time and time again that you have the best interests of the partner and you mutually trust and respect each other. It can be many things. It can be influence of drugs, alcohol, emotions, like a moment in time, or just like opportunistic things happen. But yeah, so I would say, it's a choice. Everything's a choice. So yeah, I would say they can change and they are likely to do it again. It doesn't mean that it's never too late to change and reflect and realize you made a mistake and make up for it. Obviously, the relationship the way it was before maybe wasn't the best, given then that one of the partners has cheated. So I would say it's best not to go back to something that was maybe dysfunctional already. I'd say you definitely can forgive. We can always forgive, but forgetting, I don't think people should forget. Yeah, I've been cheated on before. I would say that I'm glad that I've had those experiences in the past, because it makes me value my current relationship a lot more, and the trust that me and my partner currently have. I really can recognize it and see the difference of how it feels to be in a relationship with someone that you truly both have mutual trust and respect.
No, not in my book, no. My husband and I have talked about this many times over the years, because we've both had partners previously who were unfaithful, and that just did it for us. So we both, said before we got together, we've been together over 40 years. No, you wouldn't. You couldn't. You'd always be looking over your shoulder. You'd always be going, if he says he's out at a business meeting or something, is he? No, I don't. I don't feel that. And my father had many mistresses. My mum never trusted him, but she didn't leave him until 26 years it took her to leave him. Yeah, he did it again and again. So that's the one I know. And my best friend's husband did it. I don't know if he'll do it again. I don't know if he did it before. You're talking to the wrong person about forgiveness. I'm not very into forgiveness, because I think if you let them get away with it once, they'll do it again. In lots of things, not just being unfaithful.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And after we can hear what this segment called Street Interview tells us, what people outside are sharing. And it's funny, Andrea, that the majority of people, they agreed that will be very difficult or even impossible to rebuild trust. Because I believe everyone, when they were answering, and this is a personal opinion, obviously, I believe when they were interviewed about this question, people are getting caught in the midst of when they are going to their works, they are there on the street trying to buy something, and they put themselves in this situation of being betrayed, of going through infidelity. And I do believe that no one wants to face this scenario. No one wants wants to imagine what could happen if the spouse, the person that they love the most, would do this to them. But the truth, Andrea, this is happening, and the infidelity is happening. Although no one wants this to happen, but People, married couples, people who are living for a long period of time together or not, they are going through this. And as we were saying, brings sadness, confusion, brings, a sense of what have I done? Did I choose wrong? If the person was told not to get involved with this man or woman, whatever, did I hear, was I right when I chose to build a family with this person? And I think the worst thing that can ever happen is the sense of guilt, because the person who is being betrayed sometimes even thinks, what have I done? Do I deserve this? Do I deserve someone, the person that I love the most, to do this against me? And obviously not. And as my wife was saying, infidelity, it's always wrong. You can come up with a person can bring any kind of justification, reason. You can say it that you were apart for a long period of time. There was a sickness in between, there was a problem, there was coldness. You can bring whatever the reason is. Unfaithfulness is always wrong. Being unfaithful is always wrong. But what we are talking here about, it's not about the unfaithfulness. We are talking about it's possible or not rebuild trust between a couple when this is happening, when someone is going through this situation. And I think, Andrea, one of the important steps, the person who was being unfaithful must take full responsibility and must admit what they've done. They must admit the person who was unfaithful must recognize that whoever he or she did, it's wrong, and compromise not only the marriage or the relationship, but compromise this person's credibility and trust.
Accountability. Because we have here, the question is, can trust be rebuilt? And if you are not honest or sincere, if after the situation happened, for example, the person doesn't come, look, this happened with so and so, of course, like Peter was saying, because of this or because of that, you might have, or you might bring up all the reasons in the world, but you still need to be accountable for what we've done, for what you've done, for what the person has done. So sincerity, bringing all the cards on the table, everything, how many times, with whom, but I will hurt the other person. It's already so difficult to confess what I've done, for the person to hear, like you were mentioning, Peter, so many feelings come up and are involved. The other person will think, it was because of me, I didn't give him or her the attention that I should have given. You will go through all of this. That's undeniable. But if there's sincerity, if there's accountability, so if you don't lie, we even spoke about this a few programs a few days ago. So the person not lying, you shouldn't put under the carpet, you shouldn't hide what you've done, because that's a lie, and you will be building lies and more lies in order to hide what you've done, and that will come up eventually, and it will be even worse. So once you have to face it now and then, or now and then, when you become accountable for what you've done. Sorry.
Well, you were talking about this, and sometimes there are men and women, they have no problems in admitting they betrayed. They have no problems in saying, listen, I wasn't faithful, I've done this. And they may hear us and they say, they see people sometimes seeing or apparently being sincere in saying what they've done. And would be this enough to rebuild the trust, yes, it's very important for you to be sincere and for you to admit and take the full responsibility of what you've done. But we are talking about one situation. We are talking about a person who, no matter what the reason was, end up committing this mistake once. And is there a possibility to regain the trust? Is there a possibility to rebuild the trust between this couple? Yes, it's possible. It depends, obviously. There are many things that need to be done here, but we are talking when this is happening once. If you are with a partner that is the daily bread is coming and telling you that he or she has been unfaithful to you, it's something that is happening. I won't say all the time, but it's something that is happening often. And the person already asked for forgiveness. The person already said, I will not do it again. But it's something that is, it's happening. You always find out that your partner is getting involved with someone else, is having a case with someone else, and is being unfaithful to you from outside. Obviously that you have to do something to protect yourself. You have to do something to protect yourself. And this is not a matter of lack of faith. This is not a matter of lack of trust. It's a matter of you gave your life to a person. You said your own vows, and you accepted this person to be with you. You had also your temptations. You had also your difficult moments. You had also the difficult situations that you face in your own life and together. And you end up not giving into unfaithfulness. So there's something that you need to accept, because this is not only a moment of weakness. This is part of this person's character. This is what this person is. And this is what you have to deal with for the rest of your life if you are accepting this person the way that it has been so far. But we are talking about when a situation happens, when unfaithfulness happens once. Is there a possibility of building or rebuilding the trust? This is not what this person is. This is not part of this person's character. Yes, it was a moment of weakness. It was a moment that he or she shouldn't give in. They shouldn't do it, but this is not what this person is. Yes, this person must take and assume full responsibility of what this person has done. Transparency needs to be crystal clear. You cannot have question marks. Everything needs, if this person, Andre, is the one who has been unfaithful, needs to understand, he or she needs to be completely transparent to the partner, explaining what happened. It's not a matter of being there over and over and over again, repeating what happened, what time was, when was, and how was it. But confessing and admitting what they've done. Because if they do not do this, if at the end of the day the person is not admitting and taking the full responsibility without excuses, without the blaming game, I'm confessing this, but it was because of you, because you did this, or because you have not done this, or because you are treating me this in this way or this manner. It doesn't matter. The person who betrays, the person who is being unfaithful, needs to take and assume the responsibility without being or playing in the defense, because poor of me, because of this I end up being unfaithful. No. And in this case, it may take time.
Might take time.
But
for sure.
it's possible for a person to rebuild trust. And you cannot blame your partner if you were unfaithful. You cannot blame if they don't trust immediately, because it's something that you have to gain.
As our topic today, it's something that needs to be rebuilt. So, and sometimes to rebuild, it takes longer than bringing everything down and starting from the scratch. You know that. And another very important thing here is, at the end of the day, it's always the person's choice. Staying with that person that betrayed him or her, or not. You have that choice. But if you choose to stay, you considered all the circumstances, the person, like we were saying, it was a one night stand, for example. It was a situation, and only a single situation. It was not repeatedly, like Peter was explaining just before. So if you took on board all the circumstances and you chose, I will stay with this person. So the most important thing is you forgave. You will never forget. Let's not deceive ourselves, because we do have a memory, and we are not like that movie that the person wakes up every day and she doesn't know where she is. That's very rare. Okay, that's very rare. So you won't forget, but when you forgive, that over time, it won't hurt you anymore. Of course, it will. It might take time, of course, but you will forgive. And when you forgive, you won't repeatedly bringing to the discussion, or when something happened, you did this, you have done that. Okay, that person, because the person feels guilty by what he's done or what she has done. In the beginning, first year, months, the person will accept, but at the end of the day, no one will accept this in a long term, and no one will put up with this forever. So if you decided to stay with the person, I will forgive, and I will overcome what we've been through, and we will rebuild this relationship together. It's not a matter of, okay, I know what you've done last summer. I know what you've done last summer. That won't make it work. And even people, Peter, sometimes we know couples that they remain together, but there's still a grudge. They don't sleep together anymore. They live as siblings inside the same house, because deep down there was no forgiveness.
Well, so it's important to rebuild, to have a consistent and trustworthy behavior. And then, yes, we believe that therapy may have a very important factor here. But we are going to talk about this after this song.
I know how you feel, fighting for another breath, searching for the strength to lift your legs another step. Wounded by the past, how long will it last? Buried by the heavy weight, it won't be long. Keep holding on, you won't have to wear those chains. Help is on the way. Heaven's on your side. Every prayer is heard. Your rescue's coming just in time. Lift up your eyes, look to the hills. You won't be overcome. It won't be long. Keep holding on, sure as the rising sun. Help is on the way. this love never ends. I know how you feel, but it isn't over yet. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Whatever the struggle, whatever the pain, no matter the fear or the battle you face, help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the way.
My childhood was a very happy one. I had very good upbringing. However, there were situations that I could see and happening in my life, in my family, between my mother and my father. My father was unfaithful and he had a lover and he had it for a long time. And he was always the same person, and so we had a lot of arguments in the house. Growing up in the family environment, seeing my mom and my dad having this sort of situation and issues, continual arguments, brought into my life certain issues, even though at the moment I did not understand. However, these issues later on in life, they show up. Becoming an adult, I started to have relationships. So since I was in my teenage time, and at that time, everything seemed to be normal. Eventually, I started to develop some sort of insecurities within the relationship. Not only that, I thought that I was a faithful person because I loved the person I was with. However, I could see that I had tendencies to cheat. I couldn't keep a relationship, a stable relationship, and without any reason I was breaking up from one woman to another. We just start a relationship and I would just go and look for someone else. My lowest point was when I moved to London. Previously, I was actually in the United States for a short period. I went to Italy again, and then I decided to actually stay in London. In London, I started to really experience a lot of relationships. Promiscuity, I was very flirtatious, and I saw a big opportunity to be free, far from everyone. I knew it, but all of this did not give me any joy. So I saw myself at this point very low. I started to be anxious. And I remember I found myself a couple of times crying when I was in my place. I started to try things that previously I thought I was never going to try. So I tried a couple of times cocaine, and this brought a lot of sadness inside of me. I was very lonely, even though I was very bubbly with people. But when I was on my own, I could see how lonely I was. I couldn't think why this is happening, because I was working, I was having fun. I was not lacking money, so I could travel, I could go anywhere I wanted, but deep down I was really sad. So at that point, I did not believe in relationships anymore. In lasting relationships. I did not believe in marriage. And in fact, I would start a relationship and I would just to make clear, I would tell them, look, I might even love you, but I will not marry you. I remember that I was down and I had a friend who was a party friend. One day I invited him for dinner and he brought with him another friend. However, this friend of his was a little bit reserved and finished everything. Out of the blue, at one point, I received a phone call from this friend of a friend. And he invited me to come to the Universal Church. And I wanted to come. I was curious to see what was this about. And it was actually an event, a specific event. The message was very strong. It was the power of enough, and I had enough at that moment. From that time on, I started to come often to church. I saw the changes straight away. The first week, I would wake up and I was much happier. I had new expectations, which is something that it was not there anymore in my life. So there was this energy inside, and it was actually growing from time to time. Every time I would come to church, I would come with that thirst to know about God. My faith was growing, and my relationship with God was flourishing, and everything changed around me. The way I could see life was completely different, and that's when my life shifted. Today, I've been married already for 10 years with a woman of God, and the way I see relationship has completely changed. I used to see women as an object. Now I see my wife, she's my companion, she's my friend. We have fun together, we come to evangelize. And not only my relationship, the way I see life in general, the way I see people, the way I wake up in the morning. God for me is the first thing. I pray first thing in the morning, and I cannot do this. If I don't pray in the morning, my life, my day is not the same. Because of this, I have this urge inside to share my experience, to share what I've received with other people. Also, I have this peace inside of me, which I believe is the greatest thing that I received, and is the presence of God.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And you could hear Antonello's story, real story, and how life today is better for him, not because he's special, but because he was using important tools in life that helped him in overcoming whatever the problems were. And we were talking about rebuilding trust, and we have, on Thursdays, the Love Therapy Seminar, where we are teaching, or people are learning exactly what they need to do in order to rebuild that trust, not only on their relationship, but to build that trust also on themselves. This coming Thursday, 8 p.m., the Love Therapy Seminar will take place, and you will have the opportunity as Antonello, you have the opportunity to work on yourself, to work on your relationship, to work on your love life, and to see things with different eyes, from a different perspective, and knowing what can be done in order to make things moving forward, and for you to be able to accomplish dreams, a life that you have been fighting for, maybe for a long period of time. Well, we have a segment called Dear Love Talk Show that people are sending us a question, and we would like to answer to this question.
Real stories, real dilemmas, real solutions. Only on the Dear Love Talk Show.
How do I become excited about my love life when I have been single for so long?
So, in this segment, Dear Love Talk Show, we want to let you know that you are the fuel that gives life to hope. You are from outside who you are from within. And if from within, Andrea, this person is already not excited, not motivated, hope is not there anymore, this is going to be reflected from the outside. And consequently, if there was a potential partner, this partner won't feel attracted by someone who is already depressed.
When I was reading this question, I was even thinking, this person thinks that she has been fighting maybe for her love life, but actually she has been brushing the love life under the carpet. Sometimes the person is so frustrated that the person thinks that has been doing everything, but in fact they have not. Through the tone, we don't know the person, but through this tone, can I become excited? It's because the person is already frustrated. So like Peter was mentioning in regards to the person that was betrayed or the person that betrayed, we need to rebuild our life, including our love life, from within. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to make someone else happy. So it's very important, it's fundamental to start rebuilding from within. The same thing if you're betrayed, if you betrayed, if you are not excited about your love life, if you're not excited in regards to your marriage because something happened. So rebuild yourself, everything, all the bad feelings, all the confusion that situation caused. So you need to overcome it from within. That's what Peter was saying in regards to the love therapy. That's what we do. That's what we've done, actually.
Love therapy can be also a tool that you can use in order to help you in overcoming this from inside out. Let's listen in this song.
I can't deny all that I have done. I cannot repay. I made myself blind and turned my face away. How could I earn what I once had gone as lost? I don't deserve it now that I can see the way. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. I can't deny all that I have done. I cannot repay. I made myself blind and turned my face away. How could I earn what I once had gone as lost? I don't deserve it now that I can see the way. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. Oh, I give my mind, my soul, and body until I take my final breath. I give my mind, my soul, my body. All that I am is yours, my body and soul I give you. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. Everything that I can, and even way beyond. All I surrender, it's my sacrifice. It's my sacrifice. I give my mind, my soul, my body until I take my final breath. I give my mind, my soul, my body until I take my final breath.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And the love therapy will take place this coming Thursday at 8 p.m. 2327 Sisters Road, London, N43NX. And we are 5 minutes away from Finsbury Park train station. And Andrea, this person doesn't need to pay anything. We will be here available for this man, this woman, this couple. And if they want any kind of advice, we are more than happy to help them. The only thing they need to bring with them is their sincerity.
And we do have couples prepared, husband and wife, that have been married for decades. We have people here that are ready to counsel you, to have a one-to-one with you. Either if you want to come along or bring your spouse or your partner, you can come, you can join us. It's totally for free and confidential, of course. So you can find us here in Finsbury Park, and we will be more than happy to talk to you. Myself, Andrea, my husband, Peter, and all our other friends and counselors are going to be here also to help.
020-7686-6000 is the helpline number. You can give us a call. The Love Talk Show will come back tomorrow at 10 p.m.
See
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Rainbow Theatre. This building is located in Finsbury Park, London, and whether you choose to drive or use public transport, getting here should be a straightforward journey. There is a bustling travel hub at the Finsbury Park tube, train, and bus interchange, where trains and buses come in from all around the surrounding areas. Use your preferred travel app to check the latest scheduling and for any disruptions to your journey. The Rainbow Theatre has a rich historic significance in London. It was constructed in 1930 and well known as the iconic music venue which hosted performances from legendary artists like the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and Bob Marley. The Rainbow Theatre is a listed building and has been owned by the Universal Church since 1995.
I think the physical features that stood out to me when I first attended the Rainbow Theatre were the high ceilings. It drew my attention to look up and I saw the detail. The water fountain is very calming, and also the designs on the floor. It's quite mesmerizing.
In this iconic venue is where the Love Therapy takes place every Thursday at 8 p.m. The Love Therapy is a weekly seminar that focuses on the love life, emphasizing the importance and practice of intelligent love. Each week, the participants are presented with a new tip, something to reflect on and decidedly practice. This affords one the opportunity to grow and see the results from what is learned here.
They think, oh, after we get married, I'll change him or I'll change her. They get hit with the classic trump card of people who say, when you met me, this is how I was. You knew how I was. And it's wrong. It's wrong to want to be with someone and then having an expectation to make that person to be different. But can you marry, you're dating someone, you find out the person has a gambling addiction. Can you get married and think, oh, after he gets married, after we get married, he'll quit this addiction? Can you do that? You can't. You are walking into a precipice. You see what's about to happen and you do nothing. It's like thinking, I know I'm walking off a cliff, but when I'm falling, I will grow wings. Many people ignore something serious and they say, I'll deal with that later.
So what I've taken for myself in this seminar is that you have to accept people for who they are. But beyond that, don't try to change the person, change the situation. So there's things that can be overlooked. There's things that you can find a middle ground on. But in terms of who the person is, I don't have to change that.
We can't try and change the partner that we're with. Like, generally, there's different types of people, and those people will be used to compliment us. And if we're not compatible with that person, or we say, oh, we know I'm not compatible, it's because we are not willing to make ourselves compatible. So even if there's things that we are different in, and things that maybe we clash in, like those kind of things will be used to help us because we're not perfect. We're not perfect human beings. So the fact that someone else has maybe the traits or the personality traits that we lack will actually be something that can benefit us.
Love is often described as a noun, an emotion, but in reality, it is a verb, an action, one that is backed by intelligence, faith, and rational thinking.
Through going through divorce and things like this, to me, there's a lot of trauma that I experienced through that, or even like my perception on love. So I think the love therapy really helped me like deal with those inner issues, or to think like, why do I think like this?
My mom was a single mom for all my life. So I think the idea of what a good marriage is, I'd seen a little bit of it, but coming as really understood indeed what I wanted to have in a marriage and what it could and what I needed to be good as well. One thing that definitely learned in love therapy is to persevere. Things do not happen overnight. It's consistent, you come, you learn, you apply, and changes will definitely happen.
Growing up, I didn't grow up with love. I grew up with, aggression, or you only speak when you're angry or you've gotten to your limit. When I first came, I thought it was just for old people, so I didn't come back again. But then a situation happened and it allowed me to understand that I need to invest, and if I don't invest, then I can't say, oh, I tried or everything worked.
I had a few traumas that I had gone through. So coming to the love therapy in the beginning, I was unsure of what was going to be said or what I could take for myself. It helped me focus not only on my love life, but on how I can work in my love life with God.
So, what are you waiting for? Consider this your special invitation to plant the right seeds to grow and bear good fruits in your love life. Join us on Thursday at the Rainbow Theatre on 232 Seven Sisters Road in Finsbury Park, London N4 3NX. You too can make your mark in this iconic building and establish your love story here for future generations to learn from.
That wraps up the Love Talk Show. Till tomorrow.